Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play. This is episode 8, and last episode we worked on this nether-themed nether portal room, and I think it turned out quite nice. While working on this, in fact, I had another idea to build another lab right next to it, and kind of theme it around nature. It's kind of maybe studying like the effects of the nether on the natural environment, and I kind of have this like pipe that I'm very iffy on, just because at least for this room in here, it takes up a lot of room. So I might need to come through here and tweak this design just a little bit, maybe add some curves to kind of make it look like a pipe and not just a straight rod running between rooms. But I put a rose bush in here, and kind of like the glass was originally blue, and I mined some out and put red stained glass. So maybe it's like the fungus is like making the glass look all opaque, I believe. It's a very bare room. Look at that view. That's nice. It's cozy. It's a very bare room. It's not really done, so to speak. And I figured instead of just mindlessly building, I should probably press record. So that's what I'm doing right now. The first order of business for this room, I want to make this pipe curve a lot more. So I'm gonna have to see if I have any more copper left for these things. Waxed weathered copper trapdoor. Oh boy. Let's first. Okay. So I want it to go a couple blocks that way, and then I want it to come back. Maybe just a U, like a U shaped loop would be okay. Doesn't have to be too crazy. I want some block variation. I guess volume difference. So if I know from there I actually did add a curb. I don't know what I'm talking about. Not a curb, a corner. Basically what I did. It's out of sight, out of mind. That's the way I look at it anyways. Just can go like that and maybe go exactly one block away. And then we can just do the same thing here. Maybe this one can come out right here. I think it just not only breaks the repetition up, but it also kind of adds, more stuff for the eye to catch and look at. Is that going to be a problem? That's going to be a problem. Maybe not. Maybe I could just get by with doing. That's going to open like that. That's going to open like that, and that's going to open like this one. I just got to make a decision. Do I want the gap to be there, or do I want the gap to be on the other side? I don't think doing it on the other side is going to make a whole lot of sense, because it needs to be a corner. Like this right here, I'm fine with making it look like that, because you're not going to come over here a whole lot. And I'm just messing up this placement. Place that, and just like that. And then I can come over here, place all the others. Well, I can make it symmetrical, and maybe it's like a different support system, like maybe it's a view in the window or some bullcrap like that. I don't really know. Alright, so change the pipe up. Now has a slight bend in it, and I think it is the right choice. I'm also thinking of bringing this wall back, maybe 2 blocks, because I just feel like it's a bit too cramped. So this wall is also going to have to get pushed back, because the glass isn't gonna meet up, so I'm gonna have to redesign it for like the 3rd time. What it feels like anyways. Alright, bit of an update. Got this glass wall pushed back, got the floor fixed. Still have to work on the window on this side, however, because for some reason I just can't wrap my head around how I did it. I think it was just as simple as that. And then I'm gonna have to go behind here and fix some of these blocks. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright. I could technically also add one of these doors right here as well. It's 1 block, and then put it right here. Open up all of this, and it's symmetrical. Added another door into this place. I felt like it was fitting, because you can actually now walk onto this part of the lab. I think right here I'm gonna add some copper grates, because I just wasn't too sure like what to put here, and I think some copper grates would be best. Also didn't realize I didn't fill this with stem. Should probably go do that right now. And also grab some copper grates. Alrighty. So I filled the pipe with some nyllium. I believe that's what you call it. And I also put up some copper grates right here, and I think it makes this room come together perfectly. It's not too much, it's not too little. I think it's the perfect amount of obstruction while also not being too unrevealing, I guess. I think it's perfect. I think I'm gonna switch these out for stairs just to kind of give it a more rounded look, and then I may even replace these with walls just to kind of give it like a more rounded look. I don't know why I left my shulker boxes. Perfect. I'm missing one. Oh, my quartz. Oops. Not sure if I mentioned this, but I made a spear, named it my pointy stick. But anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, grabbing my shulker boxes because I'm tired of running back and forth. I got some walls, and I got some stairs. I need to make me a copper shulker box in there. I don't think that looks half bad. No. And then for here, I can just throw down some stairs. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm just gonna have to do the same thing for the other side. I need me a stone cutter. Throw that down. And a couple more stairs, a couple walls. I don't really like the distance between rooms, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that because where I built the door. I may actually move the door, like center it with this beam and the end of this glass wall, just to kind of make it symmetrical. Not symmetrical. There's a certain amount of words that like I repeat like all the time, like symmetrical. This really brings the room together, or like just the average ones like so and end. And I really hate it, but it's gonna take me a little bit until I can get out of that habit.
Concrete.
I completely forgot you were here. Concrete?
Yeah.
Sand, gravel, and then a dye. What are you making with the concrete?
I don't know, yeah.
You just needed concrete? Well, that's a very specific amount to need. Surely, I see you looking at your phone over there. Oh, what are you trying to make?
Your mom.
Alright, the next order of business, I think, is going to be relocating this door. It's only going to be moved over like 2 blocks. Not even that. I gotta center it, and then yeah. So I think the doors are going to be right there. So they're going to be moved over like 2 blocks, which isn't a lot, but it certainly helps. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. I shifted the door this way 2 blocks. Kind of redesigned this a little bit. It's now cornered. Figured I can maybe put like some plants here. Put in some sea lanterns for some light. I might throw in some iron trapdoors over them. Haven't decided just yet, but I like it so far. I just don't really know what else to add, and that's the predicament I've been in for like an hour. Probably needs more light, but like it is nighttime and it's pretty bright in here, I'd say. I mean, it's a little bit darker over here. I'm not really too sure what I can do, but I absolutely love this like great. I just think it's perfect. I think I might add a desk in here. I have a desk on that side. I think it makes sense to replicate that design over here, but like I can put some other stuff actually on the desk. Ooh, I think I'm cooking something up here. Bit of an update before I get too carried away, like I always do. Added a quaint little desk right here. It's smaller than this desk over here just because of size constraints, but I think it's quite simple. It pulls together what the vibe of this room is, at least I feel like anyways. I got one of every sapling, threw in some candles in the green because kind of like the same concept over here. Maybe like over time these just became green. I don't know, maybe they're natural candles. Who cares? Yeah, I got some seeds, got a book. I'm gonna fill it with like lore and information, just fancy lab stuff in it, but not right now. Got a poppy that maybe that's what that sign over there is representing. I don't know. Also added some boxes. Maybe whoever's working in here just moved in and they have some boxes, or maybe it's like some research papers. The last kind of big thing I did these lines. This is just concrete. Got a green line that leads to like the green area, and then we have a red line that takes you straight to this area, which is probably, you don't want to really be over here, but I guess you can, and then this is like the last line of caution. Like if you step in here, you're gonna get infected with whatever this is. I don't know. The next thing I'm gonna tackle though is this little embarrassing area right here. Like I have all this detail I'm add in here, but there's like nothing here. Let me see what I can come up with, and I'll let you guys know. All right, after a little bit more building, this is what I managed to come up with. I just added a path. I added a couple of composters with, compost inside. Not sure if I mentioned this. I also added a yellow line here. I'm iffy on it right now, but for the time being, it's gonna stay. The biggest thing I added are these like inroads right here, and I figured they kind of act like a sprinkler system with the particle effects, and they not only add more light, but they also serve that minute detail. Again, not sure if I mentioned this. Just like this line, I did this like computer looking thing. It serves no purpose. It's just here for aesthetics, but I got these copper rods that go into the ceiling, go out of the ceiling, and then kind of plug in above this. And maybe we're kind of like studying this flower right here. No purpose, just for aesthetics, something to kind of fill in the gap. I'm not liking how empty this hallway is. I tried to move this door closer to this door, and it's still really far away. So what I'm thinking, I'm gonna push this part of the wall back, and then maybe add like a little like sit-in area. I think that'd be really cool. I need to fix this. Do I have any? I should have a glass choker box in here. Glass. Yes, perfect. Yeah, I think I'm gonna push this wall back and kind of add just like a little conference area. So I saw something out of the corner of my eye. That's a pink sheep. Now, I'm not sure if I know I didn't mention this because it was off camera, but I'm actually missing one of the pink sheeps inside Jim's office. I'm missing Jim Jr. He's not here no more. Only Jim. And I thought maybe he either despawned or maybe the chunks didn't load properly and he suffocated in the wall because it's Bedrock Edition. If what I'm thinking is true, this should be Jim Jr. How did you get here? Can someone explain to me how this pink sheep got all the way from here down there? I don't have pressure plates in here. How did he escape? Well, okay. I don't really feel like moving him, so I guess he's just gonna stay here for the time being. Anyways, the reason I was out here was because I broke out right there, and I don't like that. I'm gonna level the ground right here, and then I think this like little like office nook is gonna be kind of like an outside viewing area, just a place that maybe the employees can come and just hang out outside. So yeah, quick update. I terraformed the land out here because, else it's going to be floating and I don't really want that. So leveled the ground, still working on covering everything up. It's just going to continue this bridge across. Decided against building like a little outside lobby, so I went with 2 massive windows just to break up the repetition of the quartz. I did a door here, this hallway ends, and from the inside, I love it. There's just a lot more going on than just a blank wall. I'm still thinking about recessing this wall and adding the little office thingy that I originally wanted to do here. I think right here would be a great spot for it. What I'm kind of working on now and kind of debating is if I should cover this with roof, or should I take advantage of this mountain right here and kind of terraform it so it's kind of covered, just so there's not as much repetition of dark oak. I'm undecisive, but I think this little addition of the lab is nice. I'm actually kind of thinking about future lab additions. Maybe they can go on the ground. Like maybe I can have a way to connect my underground base with the lab, because I think that'd be kind of cool. It's not too far away. I mean, kind of is, but I mean, that half of the underground base, I kind of feel like I could somehow connect it. This behemoth of a build. But as of right now, all of that is talk. Gotta let then. Got this whole green completed, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's kind of simple. There's not much going on. There's really no purpose to this room and the adjacent room, but I like it. I mean, that room has a purpose. It's the nether portal for the lab. But this room right here is literally all for aesthetics. I mean, come on, like what does this do? It does nothing. It's just all for aesthetics. I did debate. Well, I did think about putting some bees in here and giving it a purpose, but I want to do like a whole addition to the lab themed around honey collection and all that. I think with all that being said, I'm gonna bring this episode to an end. It might be a short one. I don't know, but I think in terms of what I've got done, I think it warrants an episode, no matter the length by itself. I did cut a lot, but like I said, in terms of completion, I think I'm happy with it. One thing I do want to do before I end the episode is go look at the map. See how much it has changed. A whole new edition appearing out of thin air. I like it. I need to get rid of all that white. That's a in-between episode problem. With all that being said, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, not sure how long this video is going to be. I'm content with the progress. I can't wait until I get some lore written in this books. I think it's going to be so cool. Coming back like a year or two and just reading it all. With all that being said, like I said already, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Go make a painting or, I don't know, draw or something. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.